We are at Glamour Flipper, where trust breaks as quickly as it is built, and deception has become almost commonplace. And if you have doubts, you are partners. How far would you be willing to go to uncover the detective? Him there.
He's a private detective and I'm learning from him. He brought me on our first mission, delivering flowers.
Catching someone in the act of being unfaithful. His goal, to expose lies and reveal secrets, those of billionaires. But be careful, it could make you rethink your whole outlook on life. Ready to experience this adventure with us? Welcome to Catch the Cheater. And to start, let me introduce the person who's with me, because she's going to become a best friend. Let's go.
Guillaume Prouillet, private detective for several years now, former police officer. My job is to find proof for everything I'm asked, to address certain issues and do whatever it takes to find the necessary evidence.
So for you, there are no secrets.
For me, there are no secrets.
No more secrets, guys. Be careful. You always wanted to be a police officer. So why did you leave and become a private detective?
It's a family thing. My whole family is in the police.
Yeah, okay, I see.
I was a police officer, so it just happened naturally when you leave the police, like I wanted to, because I did a lot of surveillance and tailing. And when you leave the police, I left in 2011. I had a bachelor's degree plus 3 years in law, but when you get out and that's all you have, you get labeled actually. Either you become a security guard or a bodyguard, or you create your own intelligence business. That's what I did, so I chose the discreet path.
Do you prefer the shadows or the spotlight?
Honestly, yeah. I would prefer to be in the shadows.
Well, it's crazy, but actually, a lot of people tell me that they say the spotlight feels like a prison and you don't notice.
Being in the spotlight invites criticism.
Yeah, I can confirm that too.
When you actually open the door to the spotlight, well, everyone criticizes you. Living in the spotlight means exposing yourself actually to the meanness of others.
That's true.
So staying in the shadows is good.
It's going to be complicated for me because even when we took the bus, first rule...
Know how to stay discreet, yes.
It's possible. I saw it somewhere.
Next time, let's take the helicopter.
I'll take the helicopter. Next time, a cap. But a blonde wig. I'm going to change. Yes, I have a chance.
First tale?
Yeah, total failure.
So now we know she'll never be a detective.
There you go. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. There you go. As a private detective, you help people in your job. You're kind of like a superhero.
For me, the times we live in help a lot. Because everything is connected. Actually, you should know that everything you do on the internet, 95% of what you do, I can find it.
But that's huge.
So if you leave a comment, it can be found. You visit a website, you see everyone, when you go to a website, they ask you to allow cookies. Yes. And actually, everyone, it annoys everyone. Everyone just clicks allow, which is great for me.
Careful, okay? Rejecting cookies is a nightmare. And because if you accept, actually, what does it trigger? Well...
It can trigger something. You need to read what they're offering. But when you click accept all, sometimes you get geolocation stuff. You get all kinds of things, okay? You leave a trace, a log, something, okay?
That's not bad. Yeah. Do you think that social media really has an impact on the younger generations?
This affects both current and older generations since we actually isolate ourselves. Thinking back to when there was no social media. If we wanted to see a friend, we'd go meet them.
That's true.
If we needed to, I'll take the basic example, but if we wanted to hit on a girl, we didn't call. We would go out and meet her.
There you go, there was some romance.
Whereas now, everything is done. If I want to contact a friend of mine instead of going out, I just reach out on social media, we do a video call, and that's it.
Yeah, it's changed, huh? And what are your passions?
I enjoy rugby and spending time with friends.
Yeah, well then, so yes, how do I put it? Typically...
Rugby, that's what I love about it, actually. And what I try to teach people and keep for myself are the values. Basically, we have values that mean even if we have to clash with someone, we'll clash for 5 minutes and then we'll go have a drink and we'll eat, a duck breast.
He needs to stop going on about his duck breast. And us?
We eat too. We're going to eat, yeah.
Too, yeah, and it's cool.
But not at Subway.
Not at Subway.
It's disgusting. Not at Subway. We eat duck breasts, real good stuff, yeah.
Well, go ahead, bring the duck breast. No, but you see, one day he's going to keep going on about his duck breast.
There are mistakes I made a long time ago that I wouldn't make again. For example, when someone calls me and they're in distress. 10 years ago when I started, I might spend 5, 6, 7 hours on the phone with that person listening to what they had to say. And as a result, it sometimes broke up my relationship. So now you see, actually today I tell myself I redefine my role in this job and focus on what I know how to do. If someone has a problem, I'll listen, but if they need a psychologist, I'll say I'm not one. I can find evidence, but I don't know how to be a psychologist.
I think it's important to talk about it because when I started on social media, I also listened to my community and was a lot like you. When someone approaches you, you instinctively want to help if you care and feel good around others. So maybe you'll stay in that mode, like, well, listen, I'll advise you to do this, I'll give you advice, but sometimes people have a real problem, they have real traumas, and so you have to refer them right away. That's exactly what I do because there are some people you can always give advice to, like a big sister, But for some, as soon as it goes too far, they need to be seen by a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or even a doctor.
I'll give you an anecdote. One of my first cases got me into trouble. I listened daily to a woman who complained about her husband visiting escorts. Every day, every day, every day. So we proved it, and by talking to her every day, actually, she had this thing with me where she said, well, I was kind of her fantasy.
Well, yes, since you were helping her through difficult times, she started to become a bit dependent on you.
Except it backfired for me because the husband suspected I was having an affair with his wife. So you see, it's just that in reality, I don't want to be the savior. I just want to do my job.
Actually, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Let me tell you a story about an affair a long time ago in Paris. Someone who was in the medical field asked us to follow her husband who was having a relationship with his colleague or his female assistant. She had a suspicion. Previously, during surveillance, I used to narrate events, but I don't do that anymore. I would say, they're there, they're there, they're there. Today, I don't say it anymore. So you know what happens? We're in the middle of surveillance and then I see my client show up with a hood on. She thought I wouldn't recognize her anymore. And she goes into the restaurant and actually she wanted with 2 syringes to jab them with the syringes. I don't know what was inside them. So I think it's stuff to anesthetize or maybe, but it's really good. And so we stopped her before she could do it.
Yeah.
And my mistake was to tell her everything, to say, well, yes, you were cheated on, yeah. Well, now he's kissing her, now he's doing all this. Now, actually, I do the investigation, and once the investigation is done, I report back afterwards.
Actually, what you did, it's not necessarily a mistake. It's something that, you see, you were able to improve over time and you realize that, honestly, you didn't do anything wrong. You see, it's the person's reaction that made you say, okay, now I'm going to change the way I do things. And that's good. That's good. That's how you should approach life. Always grow, learn, and move forward. What are your greatest achievements?
My achievements? Yes, my friends. My longtime friends and then my job. Today I do it well, and I know I do it well because I'm often criticized by others.
That I agree with you.
I'm often criticized by my colleagues because we do things that are innovative and they don't like it actually. So I know that I'm succeeding.
People never like it. Anyway, when you succeed, when you start to rise, and you see this everywhere, right? When you really start to innovate, to be inspiring, people don't like it. There are people who will be bothered by it. They'll try to, bring you down. Has it ever happened to you that people tried to drag you down like that?
But it will always happen.
That's not wrong. It'll happen tomorrow.
It'll happen the day after tomorrow, and if... Actually, the less noise I make, the less people bother me. But as soon as I start making a little noise, well...
Yeah, the jealous ones.
There will always be some. They're the haters, I think.
Yeah, they're haters. That's exactly it.
There will always be jealousy. Actually, you see, I really like going to the United States.
I've never been there yet. Well...
I really like going there because over there, there's a real culture of success. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Here, if you succeed, they criticize you.
My God. One of your worst private detective stories.
The worst, yeah.
The worst. Something really, you think, wow, what is this?
The worst of the worst.
Yeah.
I was hired to follow the wife of one of my clients who was going away for the weekend.
My God, yeah.
So then the first thing he says to me, right, he says, I completely trust her, but I still want to keep an eye on her. So I say, I don't understand. Actually, if you trust her, we don't do this? Yes, yes, do it. You never know. It's an hour after my client left by plane. She went to a place where she kissed one person. 2 hours later, she went to a second place where she did things again. And she ended up at 5 in the morning in a hotel with another guy doing it again.
Wait, 3 in 1?
3 in one night.
In one night. What? But wait, there are some shocked people.
So I'm not going to say everything. Yes, of course, I'll say it once. Because otherwise my client would have committed suicide right there.
No.
No, but you see, that's the kind of thing we do. We also do what we call infiltration. We use a fake name, a fake identity in a company, and we look for example, the thief in a company.
That's so cool.
We detect bugs in spy cameras.
That's awesome.
Detective, that's a big deal.
It's broad, actually, right?
It's broad.
Do you have confidence in yourself?
Do I have confidence in myself?
Yes. You can tell.
But honestly, even if people made fun of me, which has happened before, I'm pretty quick with a comeback. So I'll immediately bounce back and say, okay, that's fine. And you see, I'll get right into the person's game, and then the person will feel a bit stupid, you know?
Yeah, I see very well. But it's good because often what I learn in my community is that people who criticize often have a problem with themselves. Because if logically you're doing well in your life, you're not going to go criticize someone else. It doesn't make sense. It makes you waste your energy and your time.
You need to get yourself right.
So, in a way, you're kind of a superhero, you know, because you help people and you also help them during very difficult times in their lives because when they contact you, they're in a vulnerable situation then. And I was wondering, when you were young, did you already want to do this? Or did you maybe stand up for people, I don't know, who were being bullied, that kind of thing?
Well, in our time, it wasn't really, there wasn't a lot of bullying. I mean, there weren't many media outlets talking about it.
Okay, so
We didn't really know what bullying was. So I remember in my time there was, I don't know if you knew about the nutmeg game.
no.
The petit pont, you were in an arena. Yes, everyone was there playing soccer. If a guy nutmegged you, everyone would come and hit you. These games change over time. In our day, that's how things were. There are others, but harassment wasn't something you heard much about. And then for us, there were more fights, but fights without knives. You see, yeah.
I see.
I see. Young people fought sometimes, disagreed, pulled hair or threw punches, and that was it. We didn't use iron bars or knives. It wasn't like that.
It's true that I feel like this generation is becoming more and more violent in a way, but maybe it's also because of everything we see on social media, all that, you know?
But it's that there are fewer limits.
That's true.
You're right, no more limits. So how do you told me I help people. Yes. Actually, all of this, I used to be a police officer. When you're a police officer, well, you respond to all kinds of calls, whether it's a grandma who lost her cat. So cute. You answer all the calls, you respond to all the people's problems.
It's crazy.
Be yourself. And if you fall, you get back up again and again by yourself. People will always try to bring you down.
That's true. Be authentic.
Exactly. Be authentic, then move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our work is done. It's time. There are no downsides. Share your thoughts and fears in the comments. Could you hire a private detective? See you soon. I didn't want anyone to tell you that. No, stop.
So the yes. She is here. God, I have Daffy Duck in the car. When there is a bus, there is no bus. I know.
I did it.